So what happened? As the winter falls, our army ventured here. They came and they are settling in our base camps. But the Gujars and Bakarwas, they were coming along with their cattle. So they cannot run their cattle down, right? So simply the cattle will be eating the grasses and slowly they will be coming down. So when they are coming down, they have seen that the posts of Indian army were occupied by the Pakistani forces. So the Gujars and Bakarwas, that is our Indian Muslims, they came down to the base camps, right, and they gave the information to our people in the base camps, stating that our posts are being occupied by the Pakistani forces. Okay, then it has led to the Kargil war, guys. And the Kargil war, we have also suffered losses, guys. Lots of our people, young cadets, young army personnel from our side, they got killed. Because, why they got killed? Okay, I'll be telling you that also, guys. Why we have lost many of the lives? Why we have sacrificed the soldiers, right? So, this is the base camp, right? This is the post, right? Here, Pak fellows are present, right? And our army has to go, right? So, when our army personals were going on to the top of the mountains, guys, and they were firing, right? They are firing from down to the top. So, the bullets were going against the gravity, negative gravity, right? So when the bullets are going against the gravity, what happened? They will be wavering, guys, right? So they were not hitting the Pakistani personals, but the Pakistani fellows were shooting from the top, guys. So their bullets are being aided by the gravity. So the bullets were coming straight and hitting our soldiers, guys. That's how we have lost several of the soldiers, right? So this is related to the Dras and Kargil war, guys. Why? Because the temperatures in the Dras and Kargil sectors will be minus 40 degrees during the winters, right? So that is the temperature. When it comes to the rainfall, right, the rainfall, the average rainfall of India is 118 centimeters, guys. Average rainfall of India is 118 centimeters. Okay, but lots of variations are there, right? We are talking about the diversities, right? So you can see the Mausinram and Cherrapunji, right? The Mausinram and Cherrapunji will be receiving or recording more than 1200 centimeters of annual average rainfall. Mausinram and Cherrapunji records more than 1200 centimeters of annual average rainfall, guys. Whereas the Jaisalmer of Rajasthan, this is Mausinram, and Cherrapunji. Yeah, when we discuss about the rainfall in India, guys, I will be explaining why the Mausinram and Cherrapunji will be recording lots of rainfall. Okay, whereas Jaisalmer of Rajasthan receives 12 centimeters of average rainfall, guys. So from 12 centimeters to 1200 centimeters of variation is there, but the average is 118 centimeters. So this is the variation of temperature present in India, guys. So whenever the temperature and rainfall are varying, see, the temperature is varying from 50 degrees to minus 40 degrees. And the rainfall is varying from 12 to 1200. So lots of variation of temperature and rainfall is there, guys. And the temperature and rainfall are the two important aspects for the vegetation to grow, natural vegetation. So obviously, when there are extremes of temperature and rainfall and the deviations, so the natural vegetation will be also deviating. Right, that is the reason because of which we are having the evergreen rainforests. Okay, we are having the evergreen rainforest in the southern Western Ghats, Andaman and Nicobars, and the northeastern India, evergreen rainforest. And at the same times, in the Rajasthan area, we are having scanty, bushy, thorny vegetation, that is the desert vegetation, guys, because of the variation in the temperature and the rainfall. So the natural vegetation also is varying, right? So whenever the natural vegetation is varying and the rainfall is varying, guys, the distribution of the people will also vary. The population cannot go and settle in some of the areas where you are not having the water facilities available. The population will be settling only in the areas where the potable water is there, drinkable water is there, or the agriculture water which is useful for agriculture is there, and the land is there for the tilling, guys. Only in that areas you will be having more number of people. Okay, so because of these variations, the distribution of the population is also varying in India. Diversities of distribution, right? The deltas of South India, the river valleys of Central India, right, and the northern plains are having highest densities of populations, because there you are having the water and you are also having the land. Okay, agricultural purpose you require the land and water, and people can also sustain on that too. So these are the two areas, right? The deltas, the northern plains and the river valleys are densely populated, and the desert of Rajasthan and the Ladakh both are having least population densities, guys. Right? I will be telling why Rajasthan is having desert. Okay, and why Ladakh is also having desert-like situation. What exactly is desert, guys? Though we will be discussing the desert in brief afterwards. But desert is a place where evaporation exceeds precipitation. Precipitation is rainfall. The rainfall will be less and the temperature is more. So what happened? Whatever the rain is falling, that is getting evaporated. So when the water is getting evaporated, the water is not available for plants to grow. That is desert, guys. It is not the area which is devoid of vegetation is called desert. Because there is no water, the plants are not developing there or not growing. But the desert is the place where the precipitation is exceeded by evaporation. Precipitation is rainfall. Rainfall will be less and evaporation will be more. So Ladakh is also having the same situation and Rajasthan is also having the same situation. But Ladakh is said to be the cold desert and the Rajasthan is said to be the hot desert. I will be discussing the variation of these deserts when the topic comes, guys. Okay, and when it comes to the economic front, the economic activities of the people, guys, we are talking about the diversities, right? So we are having the people who are still living on the hunting and gathering. Okay, there are several tribes which are present in India which are still believing in hunting and gathering for their survival. And you are also having the modern societies who are chasing the satellites, computer technologies, artificial intelligences, and they are making their livelihoods. So all the types of economic developments and activities are present in India from prehistoric to modern, right? And because of all these contrasts and diversities present, guys, what are the diversities which we have seen? We have seen the newest formation, oldest formations, okay, the stable formations and the shaky formations, the temperature variations, the rock variations. I forgot to tell about the river variations, guys. The North Indian rivers are said to be young and perennial. Why they are perennial? Yeah. Why they get the water throughout the year? Yeah, because they are fed by the glaciers, right? Whereas the rivers of South India are seasonal and old. Okay, seasonal and old because they are fed by the rains, guys. But there was a question in our prelims civil service examination. They said that which of the South Indian river is perennial? Which South Indian river is perennial? Yeah, so many of the people have given wrong answers. It is Kaveri, guys. Okay, Kaveri is the only peninsular river which is perennial. This was first question. Once this question was asked, which of the following is a perennial river from South India? So that is Kaveri. Once that has been asked. Second time they have asked why the Kaveri is perennial river. Okay, why the Kaveri is perennial river? Right, the Kaveri is perennial river because it gets bimodal rainfall. Okay, Kaveri is perennial because it gets bimodal rainfall. What is this bimodal rainfall, guys? Because it gets rainfall from both the southwest monsoons and the northeast monsoons. From both the southwest and northeast monsoons, the Kaveri river is getting the water discharged into it, guys. That is the reason because of which Kaveri is said to be the only perennial river. So all these diversities are there, guys, right? Because of all these contrasts and diversities present, right, India is called as the epitome of the world, guys. India is called as the epitome of the world, EPITOME, epitome of the world, because lots of diversities and lots of contrasts are present in India, guys. Right. So when we are saying that India is having lots of diversities, there is unity also, guys. So what are the unifying factors in spite of all these diversities present? There is some unifying factor present. So what are the unifying factors present in India? Right. Climate is said to be the most important unifying factor, and among the climatic variables, the monsoonal rhythm is said to be the most important unifying factor in India, guys. The monsoonal rhythm is said to be the most important unifying factor. It is because as soon as the monsoons enter into India, when the monsoons enter into India, 1st of June generally, right? Mainland India, guys, right? On 20th May only they will be entering into Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, 20th May. From 20th May they will be entering into Andaman and Nicobar, right? And on 1st of the June they will be entering into the mainland India, right? So as soon as the monsoons enter into mainland India, right, the traditions of festivals will be beginning, guys. People will be celebrating their festive moods, guys. So monsoons are said to be the most important unifying factors, right? So as the monsoons are entering, right, as the monsoons go, they will be taking the joy along with it, guys. So monsoons are said to be the most important unifying factors, right? And when it's said to, when we talk about the unity among our people, guys, the saints of ancient India have always talked about brotherhood. Okay, Sarve Jana Sukhana Bhavantu Vasudhaiva Kutumbam was the preachings of our Indian saints, which means we are all the kids of the God. We are all belonging to the same family. Several saints have come out with that brotherhood concept, guys, but we the idiotic people are not following it, and we are dying on the name of caste and religions. Okay, in India, guys, Hinduism is there, Christianity is there, Islam is there, and several other religions are there. All of them are intertwined and they have developed into a complex matrix, right? Matrix. So you cannot differentiate from which area, which religious entity is present in what form. Okay, because all the religions have intertwined together into a complex matrix, guys. I will be giving you an example, guys. Right? I have witnessed a marriage in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, nearer to Rai Bareli, guys. I ventured there. I went there with a friend of mine. Right? He was a Muslim friend. right? So like when we were preparing for the civil service examination, he said, "Arey, why don't you come to our village?" So I went there, and unfortunately or fortunately, there was a marriage celebrated in the vicinity of their village, and he said, "चलो भाई हम शादी अटेंड करके आते हैं." I said, "Okay, चलो चाहते हैं," because like Muslim marriages are known for the cuisines, guys, and the delicacy of the non-veg food. So obviously, young ages will be thinking of eating more non-veg, enjoying the food and all. So as I ventured there, 5 of the women were coming with Harti Thali in their hands, guys. Right? Arti, right? Arti Thalis in their hands, and they are putting the vermilion on their foreheads. So I said, "Arey Tamzid, I am not coming to this marriage." He said, "Why?" I said, "अरे हिंदू का मैरिज में आके मुझे थोड़ी दाल चावल खाना है." He said, "भाई नहीं भाई, ये मुसलमानों का मैरिज है." I said, "काय का मुसलमान, हाथ में थाली, आरती और माथे पे बिंदिया." He said, "नहीं भाई, हम मजहब से इस्लाम कबूल किया है, लेकिन हमारा जो परिसर में है ना, यही रीति रिवाज चलता रहता है." So that is the intricacies and the complexities of our religion, guys. Okay, so all the religions are present, they will be following their own religious attributes, but it has turned intertwined into a complex matrix, right? So the way of life is Hinduistic way of life. Okay, just from 70s and 80s, guys, many Muslim guys started portraying the skull caps and the unshaven beard, guys. Previous to that, only the Maulvis used to have the skull caps and the unshaven beard. Okay, because the skirmishes started on the religious grounds. So obviously, the Muslim brethren started to showing their identity by their appearances. Before 70s, there was nothing like the skull caps seen on the roads, guys. Only the Maulvis, the people who are associated with the preachings of Islam in the mosques, they used to have the skull caps and the beard appearances, guys. Okay, that is our Indian tradition, guys, right? So this is related to the Hinduistic way of life, right? And the national and regional markets have been created, guys. On economic front, they have also acted as the points of integration, right? The regional markets, right? People from one state started venturing into the other areas. So automatically what happened? When the rapport gets increased, guys, automatically the integration will be enhanced. And the development of telecommunication infrastructure and transportation arteries have enhanced the integration of India. More the transportation, more will be the interaction, and more will be the integration, guys. So the acceleration of the integration has been done by the development of the transportation arteries and communicational infrastructures, guys. Okay, so these are all said to be the unity in diversities, right? India is also said to be the land of potentials, guys. Okay, India is also said to be the land of potentials, because we have got large variety of resources in huge quantities. Okay, India is the country where lots of resources are present in huge quantities, but unfortunately technological advancements are not there in India to exploit the resources to the perfect sense, guys. Okay, we are having resources, but we are unable to exploit them because we are not having the technologies. There is a reason because of which India is also said to be a rich country inhabited by the poor people. Okay, India is also said to be a rich country inhabited by the poor people, or a rich country but not developed, guys. Okay, culture wise, resources wise, we are having rich resources, but development wise we are very poor, guys. Poorly developed rich country, right? And during the Britishers' time, India was called as the Mistress of the Eastern Seas. Mistress means the young woman, Young woman means she is the potential woman, guys. So India was seen as a potential young woman. That's the reason because of which all the Westerners have ventured into India to loot the resources present here, right? So this is related to the India's what do you say, guys, the diversities and the unifying factors. The last topic which is remained in the India's introduction is the political divisions of India.